My advice would be, as you're still in school, try to learn as much as you can. If you're in math and science, try to take some language arts, some real arts. Try to have the experience as wide as you can, because that time never come back again. And then as you enter the workforce, be humble. There are a lot of people that walked before you who may have wisdom and insights that you never learned in school. Take the opportunity when somebody wants to sit down with you and give you advice as a gift, and embrace life at its fullest extent and take risk.
Yes, we have a question right here, right in front of you, right? This gentleman right here? Yes.
Yes, John Wadsworth. And Bert, this is for you. I'm a customer of yours, and your presentation made me a little nervous because you didn't articulate why I buy your products. I don't. The cute character and the logo is okay, but I own a dozen hats, and I only wear one. I wear yours, not because there's a guy on there in a fishing boat. It's the most comfortable hat I own. It's soft, doesn't have the buckle on the back, it doesn't blow off in the wind, and I'm nervous if you're making decisions about the character and different markets to play with that character, and you're losing sight of the quality of your materials. I buy it because it's the most comfortable hat I own. If I bought a second one and it wasn't, I wouldn't buy a third.
Yeah, great question. I'm curious what makes you think that quality's in jeopardy. Is it because I mentioned the message or the character? Yeah. Have no fear. The quality is upgrading every season. We're finding new ways to make fabrics softer, new dye types. The headwear, we test wear hundreds, thousands of times. We're very focused. I mean, we never think of ourselves really as a t-shirt company or a clothing company either. We really think of any of these items as a vehicle for an important message. That's really, to be honest with you, sort of where our heart and soul is. And taking that message to the consumer market, using this business for profit, social side. That's kind of what, it's the reason why we're going public. It's the reason why we're not selling our company. We're trying to do something very special with it. But since we know that vehicle, clothing or headwear or whatever it is we're making, is what's paying for our hopes and dreams, we're very focused on the quality. We have been from the beginning, and it's not going to diminish on our watch. We have a lot of work ahead of us. We really feel as though we're just beginning in many ways. We want to take this from a $100 million entity today to a multi-billion-dollar global entity that's helping children everywhere in the world, spreading a positive message. We know we can't do that if we diminish our quality, because you're not alone. That's the high majority of consumers are demanding, and things need to be comfortable, and they need to fit right, and they need to be in the right color and style. So stick with us. We're not losing sight of that.
We have time for one or two other questions. Yes, right back here.
Good morning. I'm Elisa Khan. I'm with ARC, Architectural Resources, Cambridge. My question is for all of you. As Massachusetts-based firms, I think companies, most of you are even Boston-based, do you plan to keep your headquarters here? And obviously you all have locations, or some of you have locations elsewhere, and Bert, you mentioned having to have hubs in your various markets. But I'm wondering if you plan to stay here, if you plan to grow and expand your facilities, what the future growth might have. You're all expanding, you're going to have new employees, you need new spaces. I guess I'm curious to see what your plans are.
So,
yeah, I'll take it first, just a real quick answer. We intend to stay in the Boston area forever as our headquarters. As our business grows, we're going to become more of an art house, and more of the muscle of the business is probably going to end up in the hands of partners. So Boston is as good a place as any to find and hold creative talent, and mine and my brother's family and extended family is here. So we love New England. We love the Four Seasons. We're not going anywhere. It really, we could be anywhere to be the creative entity of Life is Good. So there'll be operations in lots of places, but the creative entity is going to stay here, started on the streets here, and it's going to stay here.
Now, Gail, I know your company moved out of the attic a long time ago, right? Yes.
We made the big move out to Waltham. Yeah. So yes, we are definitely staying headquartered in Massachusetts, growing here, and very excited to be growing here in Massachusetts. We've added over 130 people in Waltham in 2010 alone. So always looking for great talent. So those young people in particular in the room, love to see you apply to Constant Contact. And if you guys know great people, we need great people who are passionate about helping small business.
Yeah.
We are headquartered in Boston because of all of the wonderful thing that Boston basically offers in Massachusetts. We have global operations, and I think we can expect to grow globally. The intelligence will very likely stay here. But, we're a global player, and we will have to. My number one commitment is to make sure that our business survives, and that we have a chance to do something in the threat of climate change. And I take that very, very seriously. We're here now, and we're hoping to stay.
Likewise, we're headquartered right downtown Boston, have every intention of being here long term. It's a great place to find innovative technologists, entrepreneurs. You know, being the advice earlier to the student, it's helpful to be part of a mission-driven organization where people get out of bed in the morning excited to come to work because they're changing the world to make a better place. And Boston is flush, and New England as a whole is flush with people that are driven and passionate and work hard and want to be there and do that. And so we're continuing to grow. 300 of our 500 employees thereabouts are based here in our Boston headquarters, and we have satellite offices out in the markets. But when we think about expansion, we'll come find you.
Well, before the event began today, I said, at the end of this event, you will think of T-shirts, marketing, batteries, and energy use differently, and I think we've succeeded. Don't you believe? I want to thank each of our speakers, Bert Jacobs, co-founder and Chief Executive Optimist of Life is Good. You are a hoot. Thank you so much. You're terrific. And thank you for making that late-night red-eye trip. Gail Goodman, CEO, Constant Contact. Thank you so much. It's a great company, and I know you've touched thousands of small companies and allowed them to grow. Thank you. And Dr. Christina Lampe-Önnerud, the co-founder, CEO, chairman of Boston Power. Thank you so much. Always a pleasure. And I know we'll be reading about your company and following your company for years to come. And good luck with Saab. That's very exciting. I want to drive that car. And David Brewster, president and co-founder of Internoc. Now we all know what Internoc means, what it does, and how you've grown your business here in Boston. Thank you very much. If you can ever get a chance to see the command center, it's like visiting Star Trek. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming this morning. And I do want to thank all of our sponsors. As you know, this is a production of WBZ Radio. Thank you to our title sponsor, Cambridge Trust Company. Thank you so much. Also, thank you to our presenting sponsors, Rockland Trust, Sullivan Tire and Auto Service, IBEW Local 103, Century Bank, Bose, Citizens Bank, and Stonehill College. Also, thank you to our associate sponsors, Verizon Small Business, Danvers Bank, Window World of Boston, Risk Strategies Company, Worcester Polytechnic Institute School of Business, Next Amp, Scarf Sense, Metro Meeting Centers Boston, and Salem 5 Bank. We'll have reports on this event this afternoon on WBZ. It's 10 o'clock. Thank you so much, and you make it a good day, and we'll see you on the radio.